And this is why I say, if you think the D and the R on behind someone's name makes them the person you think they should be, you're solely wrong. While I did vote for and support Biden when he ran for president, as with any president I've ever voted for, I didn't agree with everything he's done or said. That being said, he just did an op-ed, I think it's Washington Post, about the January 6th insurrection 4 years ago. Like his way of honoring it. And didn't mention the insurrectionists, didn't mention Donald Trump, didn't mention any, the stuff that really mattered, which is the problem. When he took 4 years for office 4 years ago, and he hired Merrick Garland as his AG, Attorney General. For those that don't know what AG means, they had enough to prosecute him with then. You don't think the Republicans would have done it to Biden had Biden done what he did? And if you're sitting here going about January 6th, go fuck yourself. We all watched it. I watched it live the whole time. We know who instigated it, and we know who did it. So you can stop with your lying to yourself about Antifa and all that crap. My problem is it was prosecutable. Give a shit if he's a former president. In my view of this country, everyone is beholden to the law. No one's above it. But they treated him as such. Typical Democrats, scared to death to do the thing you need to do because it might offend somebody or a group of people. They might get upset because we've seen what the keyboard warriors are going to do. How many showed up in Washington for the insurrection? How many stood outside cheering them on? But how many actually went in the building and did what they did? Because you had the non-brave that didn't even show up for his little rally. Then you had the semi-brave who was, they walked down to the Capitol, but they weren't going in that building. And then you had the idiots that actually walked into the building. And then we bring Merrick Garland in, who does nothing until it was too late to do anything. Because by time, it takes a long time, especially when you're doing something like that. Prosecuting crimes like that take time. And that crime should have been charged and investigated from the get-go, as soon as they took office. And they didn't. So don't do any op-eds in Washington Post talking about the insurrection. You had your chance to do the right thing, and you failed on that one. You failed big time on that one. And I can't forgive that. And I won't. Merrick Garland was the worst pick. He was the worst pick for Attorney General. Supreme Court Justice, he might have been fine at because he didn't have to get out in the public and actually do anything. But they were like scared little children, afraid to pull the trigger until it was too late. Because by the time everything got said and done, and Jack Smith did what he needed to do, it was too late. Because as usual, you misjudged the room and thought for sure there was no way Donald Trump would get back in office. Nobody thought he would win in 2016, but he did. And then you jacked around long enough to let him get away. And then you want to write an op-ed about January 6th? What the fuck, man? Yeah. Can't make this shit up.